This is why whenever Prestige puts on a show, you need to cancel everything else on your calendar and be here live or watch on IWTV.
And the bell sounds. Kevin Knight head-to-head with Zack Saber Jr., two of the top stars in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know Kevin Knight, no stranger to Saber's stable. His faction, TMDK, faced off against Mikey Nichols, Shane Haste, Robbie Eagles, but tonight getting the genuine article, the television champion, arguably the greatest technical wrestler in the world.
We have been here all day. I had no idea. I mean, Kevin Knight, how can you be ready for, you can know who Zack Sabre Jr. is, but how do you get ready for a match knowing he's coming out? This is incredible.
Yeah, there's no way to prepare for a guy like Zack Sabre Jr., really, even if the match is scheduled months in advance, let alone finding out as you're standing in the ring.
And that's probably why he's been able to get the advantage here, Zack Sabre Jr., that is. But Kevin Knight able to use some of that high-flying sorcery he's known for to get out of it.
Hip up, Kevin Knight saying, I don't care if you're the TV champ, I don't care if you're the best technical wrestler in the world. In Knight's eyes, he's got his number.
Kevin Knight is not short on confidence. He's not going to let a name stop him or make him scared or make him step backwards. He's going to fly right into this the way the Jet always does.
And Zack Sabre Jr., doesn't matter where you are in the ring, doesn't matter what limb he has, always finds some way to twist you, and it is always, always painful. He's got that leg wrenched against the arm, and I think Kevin Knight might be looking to go surfing here, but loses control. Knight into the cover, only a 2. I'm not sure if that was a purposeful cover or if Knight just fell into it, but either way, almost stole one against the champ.
As mentioned, the Jet loves to fly, and a lot of people think that's just dazzling, but it also shows the kind of body control Kevin Knight has, and that's going to be one of the things that makes him very difficult for Zack Sabre Jr. to really work over.
Cravat here from Zack Sabre Jr., and it's worth pointing out that Kevin Knight originally scheduled to face Lee Moriarty. Of course, no two professional wrestlers are exactly the same, but Moriarty, one of the best technical wrestlers in the world in his own right. So though Kevin Knight was not prepared for Zack Sabre Jr., he was ready for a technical fight. Arm drag there from Sabre Jr. Doesn't let up on the extremity for a minute. Head scissors from Kevin Knight. Sabre Jr. careful to not get those shoulders down to the mat. And how about the history for Zack Sabre Jr. here in Los Angeles, California? We saw Roderick Strong make his triumphant return to independent wrestling a little over an hour ago. Zack Sabre Jr., those matches with Roderick Strong are the stuff of legend. Really found a second home here in the City of Angels.
Yes, and in this one, I think right now Kevin Knight is finding himself maybe playing a little too much into Zack Sabre Jr.'s game. Now, I know that Kevin Knight's no slouch on the mat, but we also know that he likes a faster tempo, and I'm a little bit worried about him trying to exchange grapples so much.
Oh, sheer disrespect from Kevin Knight. Big uppercut there, taking Sabre Jr. down. Again, Kevin Knight, to his credit, this is a big match against a big-time opponent, but you wouldn't know it looking at his composure. Always cool, always calm, always collected. Leapfrog here, was going for an arm drag, it seems, but caught up by one Zack Sabre Jr.
And look, the athleticism of Kevin Knight.
Head scissors takedown. Kevin Knight on fire.
Zack Sabre Jr. is a tall fellow, and Kevin Knight is leaping over him and getting up to his head level with these jumps with relative ease. It's incredible.
Lands on the apron. He may make it look easy, but it is anything but. That time Zack Sabre Jr. had it scouted. Oh man, almost an arm bar here. Strung up in that top rope.
Oh, did you see the way that his arm was bent? Now, he couldn't get the win there, but there's going to be damage to that arm that he is not going to be able to just ignore the rest of this match. The joint manipulation of Zack Sabre Jr. is unparalleled.
I mean, it's his bread and butter. He's made a career, a world-traveled, championship-winning career off of twisting the human body in ways that it just should not go.
And Zack Sabre Jr. sitting in that corner, just letting Kevin Knight think about the damage he just did to his arm. And again, as he goes back to work on that arm, I think at this point in the match, Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't care about getting the win, so he doesn't care that he's close to the ring or
just
to the ropes.
Twisting the fingers of Kevin Knight. All the little piggies going to the market here.
Almost the opposite of a Roderick Strong who targets the big back. Zack Sabre Jr. saying, I'm going to go for those little piggly wigglies and bend those back a little bit.
Piggly Wiggly's a man after my own heart. But Zack Sabre Jr. in firm control here, mouthing off to the Los Angeles faithful. It might be a second home, but they have a complicated relationship.
Hey, I've been to Thanksgiving dinners. I understand.
You love your family. You don't always like them. And despite the jaw-jacking, the crowd firmly behind Sabre Jr. as he wrenches the arm of Kevin Knight against the back.
This is a crowd that appreciates talent.
Knight going for the drop kick, nobody home. Zack Sabre Jr. back on that arm, but manages to find the mark on the drop kick, and just like that, both men down.
And the drop kick has changed the direction of this match. Again, it's that high-flying acumen of a Kevin Knight that sets him apart, especially from someone like a Zack Sabre Jr. I want to see Kevin Knight go to that more often to try to take advantage here. I don't think he's going to make it if he stays on the mat with someone as gifted as Zack Sabre Jr.
Big strike there from Kevin Knight. Standing splash, standing frog splash there. Hooks the leg. Oh!
Kevin Knight putting a little extra stank on that frog splash.
Kevin Knight firing him up. He has Los Angeles behind him. It is truly an even split here. Was going for that pendulum DDT, but Sabre Jr. saw it come and hooks the arm.
And just relentless on that arm.
Springboard action. Kevin Knight capitalizes. Could beat the TV champ. No. And you gotta think, Jack Farmer, though the New Japan World Television Championship not up for grabs in this matchup, if Kevin Knight is able to score a victory against Sabre Jr., he would have to be well in line.
Oh, I mean, it's going to add so much credibility to Kevin Knight, someone who's already a talent. As we see him come off the ropes here with that splash again that almost got Kevin Knight the win. But beating a Zack Sabre Jr., someone who's currently a champion, is definitely going to put him on everybody's radar, on every championship competition.
Hold on. Is Zack Sabre Jr. asking for it? I could have sworn that I saw Zack Sabre Jr. asking for the punishment from Kevin Knight, and indeed, asking, you shall receive. Seems as if Kevin Knight looking for a backbreaker there, but Zack Sabre Jr. had it scouted, and we are back here again.
So smooth, so fluid. Look, that is a very complicated maneuver he has Kevin Knight in right now. Zack Sabre Jr. did it effortlessly.
But out of the octopus stretch, Kevin Knight manages to muscle Sabre Jr. back on his shoulders once again into the fireman's carry, finding a second wind, but Sabre Jr. will not let it go.
This is what makes Sabre Jr. one of the best in the world, one of the best on the planet. He is able to take whatever position he is in and turn it into a submission that could either end the match or change the direction of the match. And he does it so smoothly. He does it so easily.
Yeah, Kevin Knight able to get his foot on the bottom rope. Sabre Jr. no choice but to release the hold. You're absolutely right, Jack. Zack Sabre Jr. is a flexible athlete. I'm not talking about his literal flexibility physically. I'm talking about in terms of thinking on his feet, as you said.
Look at this, just the disrespect, showing he's not scared of Kevin Knight.
Just toying with him here, mocking Kevin Knight. And the Jet, he's not going to take that one lying down.
Guess what? You slap a guy like Kevin Knight long enough, he's going to punch you right in the face.
But Zack Sabre Jr. maybe playing possum for a second there, caught Kevin Knight on that arm. That has been a bullseye for Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that arm looks like it's barely hanging on.
Oh, went for the standing frog splash again, but perhaps went to the well one too many times. Kevin Blackwood has that Fujiwara armbar locked in. And Kevin Knight was reaching for the ropes, and effortlessly Sabre Jr. transitioned, grabbed the right arm instead.
And now he's working both of them. And again, I keep saying it's so easy. It's not like he just slipped into a sleeper hold, all due respect to the sleeper hold, but these are very complicated maneuvers he's doing.
Once again, triangle choke here from Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, if he extends that arm, this is over.
But Kevin Knight able to muscle him up and power bomb him down. What a matchup, Jack Farmer.
The determination of Kevin Knight not giving up, even though his arm's probably hanging on by a thread.
Talk about hanging by a thread. Zack Sabre Jr. looking for some respite in the corner. Kevin Knight back up to his knees, back up to a vertical base. Huge clubbing clothesline takes Sabre down, and Kevin Knight deposits him on the top rope. Seems as if it's time. Knight! No! Whoa! Wait for the Hurricane Rana, but Sabre Jr. caught him in the ankle lock!
And you think about the damage done to the arm, if the similar damage is done to the
Kevin
leg.
Knight catches him in the cover! Only a 2. Oh, nasty uppercut there from Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr. has an answer for everything except for the no-die attitude of Kevin Knight.
Well, it seems as if Kevin Knight was looking for a backslide instead, transitioning into a crucifix. Sabre Jr. escapes. Back again, shoulders down. Crucifix on the other side. And Kevin Knight wants to put this one away badly, but so does Sabre Jr.
Oh, he held on!
Shoulders down! Oh, I thought Kevin Knight was going to steal it there, Jack.
If Sabre Jr. isn't careful.
Big boot from Kevin Knight takes Sabre Jr. down.
Kevin Knight trying to catch his breath.
And seems to succeed. Again, a clubbing clothesline in the corner. He did it at the opposite post.
Will he get it this time?
Sabre Jr. does not catch him in the ankle lock this time around. Every inch of that Hurricane Rana landed.
That athleticism it takes to get your ankles that high into the air is Olympic. Using the other hand to fight back.
Just repeated slaps to the face. Sheer disrespect from Sabre Jr. And then a leapfrog from Kevin Knight. Oh, Sabre Jr. making sure nobody's home.
Rolls right into it.
And Sabre
no,
Jr.
Is this it? Oh!
Zack Sabre Jr. steals it.
The winner of this match, Zack Sabre Jr.